What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. Answering questions. I almost said answering questions for the Power Project. I don't know. I fuck up every video for the last like 3 weeks at the beginning. So let's just roll with it. Let's just go with it. So I got a question from my friend Matt. I met him at the Elliot Hulse Strength Camp Challenge, and he had posted on my Instagram asking me a question about the deadlifts. He said he recently was able to get 405 for 4 to 5 reps. He's looking forward to breaking the PR, and he wants to get tips on how to strengthen his back and not hurt it, and continue to increase his deadlift. It's kind of a basic question with a lot of answers and a lot of perspectives. I know that a lot of people. I'm not the best deadlifter in the world, but I'm pretty good at picking up heavy objects off the floor. But if you wanted to increase your deadlift, there's a lot of perspectives, there's a lot of programs. A lot of guys run specific deadlift programming. I'm the kind of guy that likes to throw it in my program and never just focus on one lift. But let me get started with some basic stuff. I would say if you're going to do the deadlift, I would like to alternate it. I don't like to lift heavy on the deadlift every week. Being a strongman, I know it's very essential, but in strongman, your back's almost always toasty from overhead pressing, odd object carries, all that kind of stuff. Squatting takes a lot out of your back. So I like to alternate my weeks from 1 week of heavy movements under the 5 rep category, then repetitions 8 to 10, and then speed work or just kind of technique work off mats, whatever. So that's one way. Alternate your lifting so that you're constantly lifting every week but not burning your body up. You can start 1 week with 5 reps, another one with 2, then go up to 3, and then 5, or go 5, 3, 1 if that makes you feel comfortable. I like to hit a 1 rep max maybe every couple months, maybe every 3 months now that I'm not really specifically on powerlifting. Now, if I'm going to do a show, then yes, I understand. I like to hit singles for a lot, or if I'm beat up, but I like to hit, fives and triples and doubles a lot. So work that up. If you can get 405 for 4 to 5, then you can probably get somewhere between 425, maybe 445 for a triple or a double, depending on the day. Number 2, work different variations of the deadlift. A lot of guys will say if you want your deadlift to get better, then you got to fucking deadlift, and I really believe that. If you want a specific lift, doesn't mean work the same style of lift always, but start to find different ways. I know you might not be a sumo lifter. Work the sumo, work the overhand grip, different ways of inversion. Use straps or overload. Work off of mats 1, 2, 3, and different bars. That kind of stuff helps. So different variations of the sumo, deficit, rack pulls, block pulls, etc. Number 3, use accommodating resistance. Not everybody's a huge fan of it, but I am. Learn how to get some chains on there, put some bands on there, and make it different. Work for speed with the bands. I'm not a huge fan of bands for max effort, but never shy away from that stuff. It'll get your grip really, really strong. Number 4, start working your accessory work for the deadlift, meaning pendlay rows, reverse hyper, one-arm rows, those kind of stuff. Even face pulls, get your trap strong, get like fucking trapzillas. Work anything that really strengthens the back and the hamstrings and the glutes, glute ham raise, Like I said earlier, deficits, that's an incredible way to strengthen that up. And that's going to be a huge deal that a lot of people just overlook, just like constantly working only on the deadlift, but forgetting that the small muscle fibers and some isolation work will actually go a long way in strengthening that back and those connective tissues and tendons. Number 5, I would put this at number 1, but because not everybody has access to these things, I would definitely do odd object lifting, which is really strongman. If you can get your hands on some farmers, some stones, some kegs, some sandbags, fucking fire hydrants, Husafelt, all that shit is a big deal. When you're picking like weird shit up off the ground, it's gonna be essential for strengthening your back, your thoracic spine, and just being a general badass. Your fitness, your grip, that's a big one. So if you can get your hands on kegs or something like that, maybe at your local gym. If you had a really awesome gym like the Battle Axe, the Strongman Gym in Miami, close to you, or any kind of strongman, or maybe some CrossFitian gyms also carry stones and kegs and stuff. Try to find that. Powerlifting gyms tend to have a lot of odd object stuff like tires, etc. Really strengthen that low back. And that's about it. I would say that those are 5 really good reasons that are going to be essential in strengthening your deadlift. Obviously, you got to deadlift more and but never negate your other lifts. You know, my deadlift constantly goes up as long as my squat gets stronger, my box squat, my pressing, overhead pressing. As long as I'm getting stronger everywhere else, the deadlift increases. Do not rush it. The deadlift is one of the most asshole lifts in the sense that to increase it by 10 to 15 pounds is a big fucking deal. It's not like other lifts where you can slam a 30-pound PR. On the deadlift, if you get 5 more pounds, it's kind of a big deal unless you're just being a badass or, you know, using some performance enhancers. It's kind of tough to get those kind of PRs every month. So don't lead yourself to failure. Make sure you plan correctly. There's a lot of deadlifting programs. You can do West Side, you can do 531, you can do the Lift Big, Eat Big programming. There's a lot of coaches out there. There's a lot of programs, but I think those 5 steps can help you no matter what programming you use. So I hope this helps, brother, and film that motherfucker, because you know if you don't Instagram it, it didn't count. So good luck.